In the beginning, before time itself began, there was only none, the endless, dark, and chaotic waters that stretched infinitely in every direction.
From this eternal void emerged the first God, Adam, self-created and radiant like the sun. Adam embodied all that was and all that would ever be.
Adam, knowing he was alone, willed himself to create life. From within himself, he brought forth the first divine pair, Shu, the god of air, and Tefnut, the goddess of moisture. Shu and Tefnut began the task of bringing order to the chaos. They worked together to separate the chaos into distinct forms, creating the first foundations of the world. From their union came Geb, the god of the earth, and Nut, the goddess of the sky. Geb lay below as the fertile earth, while Nut arched above, forming the starry heavens. But in the beginning, Geb and Nut were inseparable, locked in an eternal embrace. It was Shu, their father, who stepped in to separate them, creating the space between earth and sky where life could flourish. With the world now formed, Adam looked upon his creation, but it was empty. In his deep longing for companionship, Adam shed tears of joy, and from these tears, the first humans were born. This is the story of how the world came to be, according to the ancient Egyptians, a story of balance, creation, and the eternal connection between the gods and humanity. On the banks of the Nile, where the god of creation brought forth life, a great cataclysm once befell the earth. This story begins with Nut, the goddess of the sky, who witnessed the rising wickedness and violence of humanity across the land. The god Ammonius-Ra, protector of the Nile and all life, grew concerned as he observed the degradation of humankind. Ammonius-Ra decided that he would purify the world anew. He commanded the Nile to increase its waters. The river, which had once been a source of life, transformed into a harbinger of death. The waters swelled, engulfing all the lands, and massive waves crashed upon the earth. Even the towering pyramids of Egypt could not withstand the mighty flood. However, Ammonius-Ra did not wish to destroy all of humanity. He approached Khnum, the god who had shaped the first humans from the clay of the Nile. Ammonius-Ra ordered Khnum to build a grand boat. Khnum crafted the vessel, adorned in gold, and within it, every species of creature found a place, 2 by 2. On this boat were Isit and her husband Osiris, who promised the earth's rebirth. Also aboard were Horus, the god of justice, and Batet, ever vigilant as Egypt's protector. Together, they waited patiently for the waters to recede and for a new beginning to dawn. After many days, when the waters of the Nile finally subsided, the boat came to rest on the sacred land of Egypt. The goddess Nut stretched out her hands and halted the deluge, bringing peace back to the world. From that day on, the people of Egypt vowed never again to provoke the god's wrath and to always walk the path of truth and justice. Thus, Egypt regained its former glory, and the god Ammonius-Ra was filled with joy. The earth was reborn, and the Nile returned to its life-giving form once more. Welcome to the mysterious world of ancient Egypt. Today, we bring you a grand myth that tells the story of a fierce battle between the sun god Ra and a terrifying serpent. This is the tale where the power of Ra and the dark forces of Apep collide, leading to the phenomenon we know as a solar eclipse. Ra, one of the most revered deities in ancient Egypt. He was the god of the sun, traveling across the sky each day in his bark. Ra was the source of light in the heavens and life on earth. But his daily journey was not without challenges. Every night, Apep, also known as Apophis, was a colossal serpent. He symbolized chaos, darkness, and destruction. According to Egyptian belief, Apep would attack Ra's bark every night, attempting to devour the sun and bring eternal darkness to the world. Whenever a pep attacked Ra's bark, the sun would partially or completely disappear, resulting in a solar eclipse. This was a cosmic battle, a reflection of the eternal struggle between light and darkness. But every time, Ra and his divine allies would eventually triumph over Apep, and the sun would reappear in the sky, bringing light back to the world. This story is not just a myth, it carries deep symbolic meaning. In the belief of the ancient Egyptians, it represented the ongoing fight for light and the resistance against the forces of darkness. The immortal struggle of Ra reminds us that every solar eclipse was not an end, but the beginning of a new day, a new dawn of light. And so, in the rich and mysterious cultural heritage of ancient Egypt, the solar eclipse was viewed through this unique lens. How did you find today's story? Let us know in the comments below, and stay tuned for more such tales. Thank you.